HTML and body will be same, and table from the previous class also will be same. Okay. HTML to HTML, body to body, table to table. Now this is the form 2 page. In form 2 page, form tag you will open close. And in this form tag, you have to follow a property called action. Action. And you have to follow one property called method. Action and method. We'll discuss action, what it will help, method, what it will help. Below to that, create a table, open and close. Align as center. Then self padding 12, 13 we can give. Border is not required here. Next, you can use a caption tag. And under the caption tag, we need to write some text in different color. So for that, you will use again font tag. And you will write here for login. And then this font will have a property called color, red, and size 7. So complete big font size. Login will come in the color of red. Okay, next after that, come inside and use the tr tag. Under tr tag, one th will come. Here we can write email ID, ed, input type equal to text, placeholder, enter email ID, email ID. Then next after that, one more tr you need, password, input type equal to text, placeholder, enter password. Next after that, tr, th, call span equal to 2. Then we'll have a button, login, Okay, so now the page will look like this. Example 2. We need some space from top. Here you can apply before form tag. Between first table and second table, you can keep the BR tag 1. So one time break will happen and login will come little down. Come little down. Right, sequence. Next, you need to understand action what it will do and method what it will do. Action and method. This button will be type equal to submit. Type equal to submit. And one more button you can create. Type equal to reset. Type equal to reset. Then next after this, we need to write another property that is called name property. So fundamental is you will enter the email ID here and you will enter the password here. When you enter your email ID under the first text box, it should store somewhere, it should hold somewhere. When you enter your password in the password field, it should hold somewhere. So for that, you have to use a property. That property is called name property. Let's go here and write the property called name. Name property is going to help you to create a kind of container, to create a kind of variable. So name equal to, suppose it right here called user email. User email. Name equal to user email. Name equal to user email. So user email will become a variable, and when you enter your email ID ganesh@gmail.com, that email ID will go to this variable called user email. When we enter the email ID under the first text box, when you enter your email ID, anything, something like this, right? Where it will hold, where it will store. So it will store under this property, not property, under this variable or a user email variable. Okay, it's kind of a container that you are creating with the help of name property. So how many input we are taking from user, that many input variable we have to create. So the value will store separately. In HTML you are talking. Now come for the password field. In password field also you have to create a container name equal to user password. user pass I have given. User pass. Okay. Name equal to user pass. So user email will hold the email ID given by user. User pass will hold the password of given by user. Okay. Now both will store in separate variable. Right? Both will store in separate variable. So if I come to the browser and write here e@gmail.com, it will store in user email. And when I write here password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it will store under the user pass variable. Then you will click on login button and you will click on clear button. So once you click on clear button, the functionality of reset button is default from the browser side. What is that? When you click on reset button, your browser will check what is the type of button. It's called a reset. Then it will check where is this button, inside the form or out of the form. Then it will come to know it is inside the form. So if three conditions satisfy, what is that? Button should be type equal to reset and button should be inside the form. Okay. And user should click on that. If these three conditions satisfy, then browser will clear all the value of current field if user has clicked on reset button. But condition is reset button must be under this tag. What is a form tag? Let me come here. And if I click here, you can see all the value is gone. That functionality we have not added, just we call type equal to reset. And after that, reset button is the part of form tag. Because of that, only clear happen. If reset button, if you keep without form tag, it will not happen. We have to write the JavaScript for that to clear the input. That is the one. Another one, if you click on login button, again your browser will check what is the type of button. So type of button is submit. If the type of button is submit, again it will check is it inside the form tag. Then yes, it is inside the form tag. If it is inside the form tag, then your current form data. So in current form, how many data we have captured? 2. One is called email ID. Second one is called password. Email ID is stored under the user email and password is stored under the user pass. 2 variables. So if the user has clicked on submit button and submit button is inside the form tag, then automatically the submit button will redirect your page to this action page. Page will redirect to the action page. Now, so inside action, what will come? Inside the action, you have to set the URL of backend language. Your HTML come under the front end. It has collected the input from user and the value is kept under 2 variable, user email and user pass. Now, once you click on submit button, finally, yes, go, then your form tag will submit this both the variable username and password. Both the variable user email and user password pass will be submitted to this action. So in action, you will write the backend URL. Okay. Now backend URL can be PHP, can be Python, can be Java, can be Node.js. It can be any URL from the backend where you will be submitting now how many input? 2 input. Okay. So let's add here anything called save.php to understand how the flow is going to happen. Save.php. So whichever the form you have filled, inside that, the current page form you are going to fill, inside that you have 2 input. First input is the email that you store under the user email. Second input is called a user pass that you have stored under, that is holding the user password. And once you click on submit button, it will redirect to this page, save.php. So in save.php, your entire HTML will not go. It will go only two variables. One is called user email and another one is called user pass. User email will hold the email ID of the user and user pass will hold the password. So now data is getting transferred from the front end to back end, from the HTML to your back end language. Okay. Then you need to know where HTML will execute and where the PHP and backend language will execute. HTML execution file will be in the server. Backend file and front-end file, all will be in the server only. Once you open the website, from server, one copy will come to your system. Now, one copy will come to your system. That meaning HTML will come to your system. And HTML will execute in the browser, but it will not execute in the server. It will execute in your local computer. For example, let me go here and open. Okay, now suppose I open the Info Campus page. In Info Campus page, this page I have opened. So this page is not in my computer. This page has come from the server. File is available in the server. Once I have run this URL, then from my machine, request went to server. Server understood the request, and based on request, server has sent one copy of home page. Right? Now, if you open the same URL, you will see the similar content. Right? So what will happen? How many user will come and open the same URL? For every user, server will send one copy of the HTML. It will send one copy of the HTML. Okay? One copy original will be in the server and copy will be keep giving to the client. Now suppose this page came in my system. After that, this form is asking enter your details. After entering here, I'll click on send button. So question is, this input I am going to enter here. Suppose I enter some name here. Suppose I enter here call maybe this one. This name I enter here. After entering the name, if I click on send request, then question is where I am entering this name. So this name I have entered not in the server. The name I have entered in the browser. Where? In my computer. And that is being received by the HTML. Once you click on send button, then this entire copy will not go to the server. Only the variable will go to the server. Saying like from this machine, you have sent one copy of HTML. From there, input collection came back. So this input will go to where? Server. Now server will take the input and after that based on requirement, either send the email or store in database or do anything that is the server need. So question what I'm trying to explain you, user is entering the value into the front end and that value has to go to the back end. Okay. Suppose you have opened many times some kind of website you open, or maybe you are using the PhonePe, Google Pay, you will scan something. Once you scan something, it will ask you enter your amount. You will enter the amount and after that you will click on go button. So when you scan, where you scan? In your computer, in your phone. When you scan, at that time it connect with the server. Whether this belong to where? So this belong to particular vendor. Then based on that, it will give you the details of the particular. Now you will enter the amount. When you enter the amount, again, where you are entering the amount? In your phone. When you click on go button, then from your phone, one request will go to the server. Right? That meaning from the front end, request is going to back end. Okay. Now look at here. In this page, you are entering your email ID and you are entering your password in HTML. Now from HTML, this two variable has to go to the server. Okay. You will enter your email ID and password here. After entering the email ID and password, you will click on save button. Then your details will go to the server. The website what I was showing you, suppose when I enter my details and click on submit button, so I will enter my details into my PC under this particular browser, and after clicking on send button from my browser, from my PC, this entire details has to go to the server. Okay, so question is, where is the server? Server is hosted in the Chennai server. So this website, what is loaded, is loaded from the Chennai server. Okay, the server is not in Bangalore, server is in Chennai. Now you open the website in Bangalore, you are entering your details here, and after entering, you will click on send button. So from your computer, from my computer, details will go to the where? Server. That is not here, it's somewhere else. Right? Data has to travel from internet, through internet, from one location to other location. Now, when the data is traveling from one location to other location, are you keeping your data in secure mode or unsecure mode? You are sending the content from one location to other location, so your content is secure or not. Okay, so that part will be controlled by this one, called as a method. Method will decide your data should be secure or not while traveling from the HTML to backend. While traveling from the front end to backend, your data should be secure or not. Okay, so we have two methods. One is called get, another one is post. If you use the post method equal to post, from your computer, your data will go to the server, but it will be hidden. Number one, it will be hidden. No one can see anywhere. Number two, after hidden also, it will be encrypted. If by mistake someone will hack also, they cannot see the original data. They can see the encrypted data. That happens through the method post. When you do the payment gateway transaction, right? You enter your PIN number, you enter your amount, you enter everything. Now, if your PIN number and everything is get transferred from your mobile to server, while transferring the details from the server, your phone to server, in between, if someone will see the details, they can hack your account easily. Right? So in that case, what happened? Method will be post, and through the post method, your data will go from one location to other location. Data transaction will happen, but no one can see data is being transacted. No one can, if someone will hack also, they will see the data is encrypted. Sender has encrypt and receiver will decrypt. And you are in between, you cannot decrypt the data. So it will be useless for you. Right? If the secure method will not be there, then none of the UPI, none of the banking online system will work. Everything will convert into again offline. Okay. That is the benefit of post. Okay. Another one we have called get. Get. Get method will also help you to transfer your data from the client to server, from front end to back end. But the problem is get method will be visible method. Whatever you will give the input, it will display throughout the internet from here to server. Okay. Then you will say why we use the get method. If it is unsecure, then on internet, every data is not secure data. Some data is public data also, and some data is private data. If you are searching for the public data, right, your search keyword must be public. Then only it will come from internet. If your search keyword will private, then data will not come from the internet. Okay. Now suppose, let me go here and open the Google. Okay. In Google, let me search here. What to search? AC repair near me. So what I'm searching on internet? Not the public data. We are searching not the private data. We are searching as a public data. Whatever you will type here, you can see it's visible in the browser URL. AC repair near me. correct? So this becomes a which one? Public data. So this is working based on your method called get. Method called get. Yes, get will be visible directly. Now when I go to this page, and fill the details something here, send the details something here, click on send button. You can see data is transferring, but it's not visible anywhere. Data went, happen, functionality redirected to some other page. In our page also, we are going to check the similar. Now let's come and first give method called a get capital. Write action equal to save.php and method equal to get. Method will be always capital. Okay, capital. Now you will save the file and will run the page. Will enter some value and will click on go button. We'll see whether what you have entered, is it going to visible in the browser or not. Action equal to give something, method equal to give something. Something in the sense, method is either get or post. So first check through the get. Let's come to the browser, and in browser, we can refresh the page, and I will enter here one email ID a@gmail.com. Next, after that, password as a 123. Okay, this password type should change. Let me change the password type. You can also change the type password as a password. So while typing, it will not be visible to the user. Type equal to password. Okay, I enter 1, 2, 3. Now I'll click on go button, login button. You can see in the browser URL what is happening. It is saying like you are sending your data to save.php, where the first variable is called user email and the value is a@gmail.com. Second variable is user pass and the value is 1, 2, 3. Right? So this input is visible directly in the browser URL. That becomes a 100% unsecured method. Right? Coming to the next, all let it be same, get convert into post. Get convert into post. Then we can refresh the page. Then let me enter same email ID and same password. Click on login button. You can see it's directly redirected to save.php file, but value what we have entered is not visible anywhere. Correct? So post will come again. Now also data is getting sent from one file to other file, but your data is hidden. It's not visible anywhere. That becomes a post method. Okay? So these two questions always the people will ask you, first or second or third question of interview. What is the difference between get and post? So we can say get and post both are the type of method. Using that, we transfer the data, we send the data from the front end to back end. If I am using the get method, data will be visible in the browser URL. That is representing unsecured. If I follow the post method, data will go from the client to server, but it will not be visible anywhere. That represents fully secure. It will be hidden as well as it will be encrypted. So data will not be visible to anyone. Sender can see and receiver can receive. In between, no one can see that. Okay. And action is what? Action will define the URL where you are going to send the data. That is also possible from one domain you can send to other domain. Like suppose you have one xyz.com, another one is abc.com. So from xyz, we can send the data to abc. Again, method remain either get or post. If get means visible, post means non-visible. Client to server communication is possible and server to server communication is also possible. Like suppose a PHP file or maybe one Java file. Want to send Java background is not mine. Mine background is PHP. Java also should have a feature called web service. So in PHP background also, in PHP platform also, you have to use a service, web service. Using the web service, we can send the data from one server to other server. Directly backend will send it, not the front end. And directly without any web server, your front end, like one HTML file is running in one server, fill the data and directly submit to another server. That is also possible. Okay. There we can use get or post both. Okay. So come to developer guide and write few lines of note for action meaning is what? Action. It should be the part of the form tag. Inside we have a property called action. Okay. It used to set path for backend URL. It used to set path for backend URL where we submit the data. Net formatted. So it used to set the path for backend URL where we submit the form data. Action field will, action property will inside. Next is called method. Method, what it do? It used to set type of transaction, type of data transaction. Transaction secure or unsecure. It has two types. One is called get, another one is called post. Get, send the data, send data from client to server using URL, and data will be visible, and data will be fully visible. Data will be fully visible. It represents unsecure. So it is unsecure. So it is unsecure. Data will be fully visible, so it is unsecure. Post you can write, it also send data from client to server, from client to server, but in hidden and encoded mode. Hidden and encoded. So it is fully secure. Fully secure. You have used the name property. What is the use of the name property? You can write here. Name property. Okay. Name property. It used to define a variable in HTML. It used to define variable in HTML that to hold input given by user. Input given by, to hold input given by user. To hold the input given by user. Okay, operator. Come to the next file. In that we can see some other property. For example, you can write here a property called value property. Another property is called read only. Another property called disabled. Okay. So value, read only and disabled. Three property. Using value, what you can do? Okay, we can make example. We'll use it, then we'll make it. So go and create the next file, form3. Form3.html. Form3.html. Okay, so form3 we can create and we can copy till this br till br will be same. So you can copy till br and paste in the next file. Give the file name form3. In form 3, we can paste this, save it. Okay, next after this, come down, close the body tag and close the HTML tag. Now after BR, open one form tag and close the form tag. Inside you can write action should be something, method should be something. Action and method. Okay, now let's open the table and close the table. Right inside. Align again center. And cell padding. Give somewhere 10, 12. Write a heading using the caption. H1 tag we can write here. Right inside, customer support and caption is closed. Come after the caption. Write the TR. Inside the TR, you will have one TH, the request number, next TD, input type equal to text, value equal to next after that a property called read only. Read only equal to read only. Read only equal to read only. So in this text box, you cannot enter anything. It will display the value, but you cannot enter the new value. Like suppose when the page will reload, every time whenever the page will reload, it will generate a new number. Every time. Whenever the page will reload, it will generate a new number, and that number will be as a request number. And after that, if you fill the data, remaining details and click on submit button, then your request will go to the server and request number will be this one. In this, you are learning what is that read only and what is the value property. So using value property, we can display some default value under the input field. And using read only, we can block it. User should not edit that. We can make it a non-editable. Okay. Check it once. Are you able to edit? No, we cannot edit it because it's become a read only, readable. So we can run this example 3 and we can see it's like this. We cannot edit this number. Okay, you can not do anything here, but you are able to click here. It is active, only non-editable, but it is active. Now, when you click on submit button, this request number will go to the backend. Backend will be able to receive the request number. Okay, but we have one more property. You can try here, disabled. D-I-S-A-B-L-E-D, disabled equal to disabled. Now you save it. It will look like text box is fully locked. Okay, save it and check once. You will find the text box is fully locked. Right, text box is fully locked. You can't click there. Now in this case, if you have made the text box as a disabled, then this request number will not submit to the backend. It is only for the user visibility, that's all. And this request number will not be able to submit to the backend. Why? Because we have used the property called disabled. Only visible, unable to interact with the backend. But if the property is read only, it will be able to submit to the backend. Okay. Read only property can be submitted to the backend, whereas disable cannot submit to the backend. It is only for UI purpose. Let me show you disable how it works. It's a fully locked. You cannot do anything in it. Okay, so it should be read only because we require to submit to the backend. Next, create another TR. Next TR. PH full name PD text box. Input type equal to text. Placeholder. Enter name. Add one more TR. Email ID. Input type equal to email. Placeholder. Enter. Email ID. That should look something. Yes. 150R for the phone number. PD. Input type equal to mobile number. Placeholder. Enter. Mobile. Next. PR. PH. Query message. PD. Text area. Text area close. Rows you need to increase. Rows 5. Columns 30 is okay. 40 you can write. Will become big size. Next one more here. You can write inside TD. Call span equal to 2. TD call span 2. Input type equal to checkbox. You will write a property called checked equal to checked. Then I will write for cells the support team then on or email me. The support team can call or email me. Right, so this will become a checkbox, and after checkbox is kind of a term condition. The support checkbox is checked means the support team will call back to the particular customer. If no, then don't call. Now write the next here and write one submit button. pH you can use, false span equal to 2, and you can write here button send message type equal to submit. Ready? Let us skip now. Should look like this. Okay, reference number, request number is active. It will submit to the server. Checkbox. Once you learn JavaScript, we'll make this functionality something. Checkbox is checked, then button will be enabled. If the checkbox is unchecked, button will become disabled. You can't click on that. So you can send the message if the checkbox is checked. Okay. Now to make it connectivity of checkbox and this button, JavaScript is required. By default, checkbox will be checked and button will be enabled. As soon as you uncheck it, on the click of checkbox, the request will go to JavaScript. JavaScript will check the checkbox is checked or unchecked. JavaScript will come to know checkbox is unchecked. Then JavaScript will target to this element, the button element, and JavaScript will set the disabled property. We have used here one disabled property. Using the JavaScript, we can set the disabled property for the button. Button will become disabled. Okay, you can't click there. Once you check it, again information will go to JavaScript. JavaScript will check checkbox is checked or not. If they checked, then disabled equal to false. Then button will be enabled. Button user can click on that. Okay. Now we can write some details about the value and read only. So hope you are writing this file. Please complete. Let me know. Form 3. Okay, so we can come to the developer guide and we can make few lines of note of this. Okay, or anyone is writing still. Okay, so we'll move to the developer guide. Value property will help you. It used to display. It used to display default value in input element. Read only. It make input element read only. It make input element read only. It will make input element read only. You can write here, but value will pass to the backend. But value will pass to backend. But value will pass to the backend. But value will pass to the backend. Disable what it says. Disabled. It make input element fully disabled. Fully disabled. Value cannot pass to the backend. The default value cannot pass to backend. The default value cannot pass to backend. The value cannot pass to backend. Okay, done. So here, first, second, third, three files are form 1, form 2, form 3. Okay. Till here we wrote with some certain properties. We have some more property we can implement in next days, next class, and after that, this two file we have. How many file we created? Two, three. Two more are there, 4 and 5. In 4, 5, some more property we can implement. Then we can move to the next level. You can write here few names of the property. We can write description after implementing. That is called tab index. Tab index. From the computer, when you press the tab, you see the cursor will move here and there. Like suppose you go to the page. Okay, you go to the browser. In this page, when I am clicked here, I am in this page. Now I clicked here. I'll press the tab from my computer. Can you see the cursor is moving? Cursor is moving automatically from one location to other location, right? This sequence of the cursor, we can set the position. When I press first, it should come here. When I press next, it should go to the directly email ID. It should not go to the mobile. So when I press here, it's going to the full name. It should go directly to the email. After email, directly it should go to the message. Okay. So in one page, there will be multiple mandatory field and multiple optional field. So when you press the tab, your cursor should go to the only mandatory field by default. Okay, and that you can set through this property. That is called tab index. Okay, tab index. Next, after that, you can write the next property called class. Class. Using the class property, we can communicate with the CSS, we can communicate with the JavaScript, we can communicate with the jQuery. We have next property called ID. Using ID property, also we can communicate with the JavaScript, we can communicate with the CSS, we can communicate with the jQuery, but condition will be there. In which case we should use the ID and in which case we should use the class. Okay. Next, after that, so we have written what we have written: name, ID, value, read only, class. Okay. Okay. Placeholder, max length. Then this one, size you have written. Okay. You have one more property called type. Type. Using type property, like if you remember, you have written input type. Input and then type equal to checkbox. What it do? It create the checkbox. Type equal to radio. It's create the radio button. Next property you can write called disable read only. We have written value. We have written. What else is there? Name we have written. Minimum length. Minimum length. For password minimum length. Max length we have. Mean length we don't have. Mean length we have to take from the JavaScript. Okay. Okay. Let it be. Some more will come in mind. We'll see tomorrow. So for one text box, what are the things we can write? For one text box, first we can write the type property. Second, you can write the name property. Third, you can write the, you can say class property. Fourth, you can write ID property. Fifth, you can write value property. Sixth, you can write size property. And seventh, you can write max length property. And the eighth, you can write read only property. And ninth, you can write disable property. Next, you can write call what is that? Placeholder holder. And next, what we can write? Size you have written. So now see 2, 3 tab index we can write. Correct, tab index. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11. We have one more property, but that will not work in the all the browser. What is that? From your computer, like suppose this Notepad++ is there. In Notepad++, when I go to the menu, file menu, you can see for new, what is the shortcut? Control plus new, N. Another one is for open, control plus O. Below you can say control plus R, control plus CTRL plus something are written. Control plus P for the printing purpose. That is called hotkey. Called as a hotkey. Okay. So hotkey also we can create in HTML. But the problem is what? Whatever the hotkey you will think, all is exist. Okay. Whichever the hotkey you will think like, okay, X plus maybe control plus particular or function plus particular, especially with control you have to create control plus X, control plus T, those all are already exist in the browser. And in Mozilla hotkey will be different and the Chrome hotkey will be different. So people will not use them. People will not create the hotkey through the HTML. Okay. So 11 is, if you remember 11, you can fulfill everything. Okay, see you tomorrow. So these all are for the one text box, for password, for email, for the text area. For text area, we have two more, rows and calls. Thank you.